Richard, we were just talking about how the main event's for sure going to be awards, guaranteed. I was actually asking you when John was around kind of what the over-under would be. I mean, I don't know what Vegas has it as, but just as a
I don't know. I think it's a 50-50 fight, and you can come up with plenty of reasons why John's going to win or why Victor's going to win. So it's must-see TV.
And bet on the under as far as rounds,
absolutely,
whatever that is.
Exactly.
Talk about the Balderas brothers are on it too, man. SoCal kids, the real deal, and they're just stars in the making.
Absolutely. You know, both kids are really coming along very nicely, both brothers. But Carlos just has that it factor, and I don't know what it is, but it's sort of like you either got it or you don't. You can't learn it, you can't teach it. I've only sort of like seen it in two fighters, and that's Oscar and Mayweather as well, where you sort of like it almost gives you the chills when he walks into the ring with his hood and with just the ring walk and everything, the way he carries himself, the way he fights. He can box, excellent boxer. He can bang, big puncher. So he really got it. He really got it all. So I think as fight fans, we're in for a treat to really see the progress Carlos is going to make in the coming months and years.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a fun card. Definitely got to catch it Sunday, the 30th, September 30th, on a Sunday, not a Saturday.
I love the Sundays. It's family time. People are at home, so it works very well for the audience at home. 6 o'clock West Coast, 9 o'clock East Coast. I think it's fantastic. And you're right, top to bottom, it's going to be a fantastic card. We're going to see this barn burner, the main event, but we're going to see as well Joe Joyce, the super heavyweight silver medalist from England, who is now making Big Bear Abel Sanchez his home. It's going to be his US debut, his first fight with Abel Sanchez as well. So very excited to see him. And then of course we're going to see what is easily now the most feared fighter in the world. We're going to see the Nigerian nightmare, Efe Ashakpa, who, as you remember in his last fight, when the first bell rang, his opponent literally ran out of the ring. It became one of the most watched, was the most watched video on ESPN that night and on Twitter. So he's going to be on the card as well. So really top to, but we're going to have Omar Figueroa's brother Brandon on the card as well, talking about exciting style and exciting fighter. So Brandon is going to be on. So it's fantastic. I think this is great.
How do you make sure that heavyweight's opponent stays in the ring and actually fights him this time? I mean,
well, you know, that's a very good question, and that's one which we actually debated internally as well. And what we did this time, we picked an undefeated fighter at 7-0, and so he's going to fight an undefeated guy. And I hope that this guy, since he never lost, is not going to be afraid of Efe. But I have to tell you, when you do see Efe, tall, all muscles, it is sort of like you want to be on the guy's good side. So I'd definitely be running out of the ring as well. So he is amazing. He is, you know, his manager is Shelly Finkel, who was the manager for Mike Tyson as well, and many others, of course. And he told me, and he told some of your colleagues as well, that since Mike Tyson, this is the most excited he's been about a fighter. He's the manager of Deontay Wilder as well. So I mean, Shelly has a great eye for talent, particularly in the heavyweight division. And so I think Efe is going to go far. Yeah, and so is Joe Joyce, and Carlos Balderas. So right there you have three of the, I would say, top 10 young prospects in the world. You're going to have three of them on in one night. Pretty amazing.
That's some high praise from a reliable source for sure.
Yeah.
People. I want to get into this weekend's fight night. Canelo Triple G. What were your thoughts on it? It was a great fight, very close. Canelo took the decision by 2 points, literally on two scorecards. What were your thoughts on the whole thing?
Well, I think we've seen now 24 rounds of those two guys. I think 24 rounds, which are difficult to judge. Many of them were very close. Depending on how you look at them, could have gone either way. I think that's one thing we learned. The other thing we learned is that Canelo can't hurt Golovkin, and Golovkin can't hurt Canelo. We learned that as well. So I think, you know, to sum it up, I don't think Canelo did enough to win. I don't think Triple G did enough to win. I think it was, as one judge had it, and most ringside media had it. It was a draw, and I think if they're going to do it again the third time, I bought the first pay-per-view. I bought the second pay-per-view. I think it was an excellent fight. It was an entertaining fight. Both of them, I think, were good fights. Both of them are extremely skillful fighters. Both of them are, in my opinion, top 5 pound for pound. So these are great fighters, great people as well. And I respect them, but to be honest, I don't really need to see it again, because a third fight you're going to see the same again. I can tell you that right now. It's going to be, the next 12 are going to be the same like the first 24, and do I really need to spend $85 for that again? No.
Oh, that was going to be my question. Is it was a very close fight, so what is, well, kind of, it's a two-part question, I guess, but what does Canelo have to do to kind of differentiate himself to kind of make it, you know, I guess clear, and Triple G the same? Like,
well, you know,
where there's no discrepancy.
I think maybe they both need to do something. I mean, I usually like immediate rematches. I like to enjoy right away. I don't want to marinate, you know. But in this particular case, maybe it does make sense for each one to go and do something different. I know that Charlo is the mandatory to Canelo. I like to see a Charlo-Canelo fight, to tell you the truth. Would I like to see a Triple G, Danny Jacobs rematch? Yes, I'd like to see that. I think the first one was a great fight, so I'd like to see that. So there are other opportunities and other options out there for both guys, and you know, so.
That was going to be my next question. Is there somebody you feel that's kind of emerging as like the guy that, you know, I guess at this point, I guess Canelo would have to face, because I mean, you said
clearly Charlo. Clearly Charlo. I mean, Charlo talks the talk and walks the walk. Hey, how are you, Victor? Good to see you, man.
Yes, sir. You as well.
Looking good.
Hey, don't be getting comfy. That's not cool.
Two gentlemen, two warriors of the sport. Very proud to be associated with both of them. And on the 30th, a couple weeks, you fight fans are going to be in for a treat. This is as good as it comes. They both want it. Look at them. They're both in a great shape. They both know how important it is. They both love to entertain. And shit is going to go down on the 30th. You know it with these two guys, okay?
From what I hear, there's going to be a fight.
Victor, is it hard to fight, you know, one of your friends, one of your buddies?
Yeah, my friend.
How about for you, John? Is it
all right, right now he's a jerk. After the 30th, maybe we'll have dinner, but now he's a jerk. Nah, man, it's what we do for a living, and in this business, in order to continue to go on, you got to take care of business in the ring. And believe me, as fun and games as it seems, we're both going to try to kill each other the 30th.
No, that's a fact for sure.
Guaranteed. For sure. And not in a disrespectful way, but like I always said, there's no easy way to kind of knock a guy out. You got to try to hurt him to get him out. So that's what it's going to come down to.
There it is. Thank you, John.